Hey guys, it's Grace here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Addicted to Healing podcast. And in today's episode, I'm coming at you live from my new room here back home in Louisiana. Yes, I have returned since my brief little almost 2 month relocation adventure back in LA. Yeah, I moved to LA. I moved to Los Angeles, California for almost 2 months, and that was really quite the adventure. I talked a little bit about it on here, and I made some videos literally out in Runyon Canyon Park where I'm just like sitting in nature, vibing with the trees and the birds and the dogs and the passerbyers, and just doing a lot of healing there and just within myself in general. The whole time I was in LA for my 1 to 2 months, I worked through a lot of big things, and coming back here, I also touched up on those things. A lot of like family traumas that have been, eating away at me for just so fucking long were really brought to the surface once I finally got away from my family for some time, and now that I'm back here and living with my family again, that's definitely been a wild adventure in its own. It's not like been crazy chaotic or super terrible or anything, don't worry. But yeah, I guess like what we're just gonna get into today though regarding all that is just how my life has been since getting back to reality after this brief period of feeling like all of my dreams are gonna come true just because I made this big move, and the fact that I was just chasing my dreams in the sense of like moving away and just leaving behind everything and like literally being on like a whole different side of the country. Like Louisiana to California is quite the big change in so many ways, specifically culturally and people wise, and just experiences and things to do, and just like, yeah. But it's like the change that I had been craving for so long anyway, so girl, I was ready, I was up for it. And now that I'm just back to square one again here, of course it was very, very depressing at the start. Like when I first got back here, like I swear, like the first 3 days back in my home state, I like did not leave the bed like at all. I was literally asleep for 3 days fucking straight, and if I ever woke up, I went straight back to sleep. If I had to wake up to go pee, I went straight back to sleep. I didn't fucking eat like my first couple days back here. I was just sleep and depression, and yeah, and that's just basically what I'm going to talk about today. Not just depression, of course, but just, I don't know, I guess like the downside or like the downfall of believing that you just have to run away to get the life that you want or something like that. I don't know, because I feel like that's just kind of been my philosophy like all my life for like any and everything that I felt was like super uncomfortable. And there's so many like astrological and like karmic tale and like tarot reading explanations for all of that, which I absolutely dive into and just absorb so greatly like a sponge, because that's me. I'm all of those things. I'm so very into spirituality and everything. So of course I see so many sides and perspectives to it. I've also been quite the fan of psychology for such a long time too, so I'm always reading pretty much every logical explanation as to why a person could behave like that and think that their only options are to just run away from their problems all their lives, like, because girl, it just kind of is the only answer sometimes. But yeah, I mean, I like saw there's this guy on YouTube who I have subscribed to. His name is Santiago Wepler, however you say your name, sorry dude. He's a really cool YouTuber, and I've been subscribed to him for a couple months, and he actually made a similar video about this. I think it's titled "You Don't Need to Move Away, You Just Need to like Go on an Adventure" or something like that, and it's his moving out story, because I think we're like the same age too. He might be like 23, I'm 22, but he moved out like a year or two ago or something, and I only have been watching him for the last couple of months, but I saw the videos, they were like a little older, and I watched a little bit of that one, and he's like talking about how his journey was from moving away from wherever he was at to like Spain or Germany or something, I don't know. But I think he has kind of a cooler story than me, because he said he moved because he had already gotten the job to like wherever he moved to, and that's what he was doing for most of his time, was just working there and living in a hotel, because I think he worked at the hotel, like a little coffee shop or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's really cool. So he actually had a lot more time to like go and explore his new area and just, really restart, do whatever the fuck he wanted to do, which is what I was intending to do too, right? but I had left with such a small amount of money, because I'd also like heard of so many people who've done the same thing, going to California specifically with only like $600 to their name. I had more than that. I had about 2,000, maybe, I think like $2,200 I had completely, including like actual money like in my savings account, plus like any like credit I hadn't used on my credit card just yet, because I never really used my credit card. So I had, all of that combined, it was like $2,200, and obviously most of that was spent on like just a place to stay, a little Airbnb. And I talked about how I went back and forth between hostels and an Airbnb during that entire month to almost 2 month long transition, and how ultimately, because I just couldn't find a lot of work when I was there, I couldn't make a lot of money, I was running out of money, and that's why I had to come back home, unfortunately, right? And I had seen his video right when I got back, and I was like, dude, what? Go on an adventure, like, are you serious? Because I mean, like, obviously I was super like depleted of energy, very down in the dumps, depressed of the fact that like, oh fuck, like I'm back in the place I was trying to leave, because like there was so much I was leaving behind. Like in a way there was, but there wasn't. Like I didn't really have any more friends left on like one hand to count on, and I had been going through a breakup, and my living situation already shifted a little bit, so I didn't even have like the house I was living in for the last 6 years that was gone too. And then my car was just so fucking old, keeps breaking down all the time, and I just gave up on fixing it, because that's just like a dumb investment to me. Like, yeah, it gets me around everywhere and I'm not paying a car payment on it, but I don't know, I just didn't really believe in investing in a car that's just gonna break down inevitably one day. So I was like, girl, I'm not paying whatever I need to pay for to get this piece of shit fixed, okay? But anyways, so like, yeah, I didn't really like leave much behind, but in a way, like, I left everything behind, because like this is the one place I've grown up my entire life, and each time I've just moved back and forth between the same two cities. Like I've not really left like the same radius of people that have been in my life all my life, and that was really eating away at me for so fucking long. I think since like age 18. I mean, all my life I knew I wanted to get the fuck out of Louisiana. Like there's literally nothing going on here, not anymore at least, and it just kept getting worse as time went on. Like everything that there was to do here just was closing down, and just, yeah, like a new business would open up and only last like 3 fucking months here. Like, girl, like that's not it. So I knew I like needed to get the fuck out. Like there's no more friends for me to hang out with, nowhere to hang out with and do anything with, and then my heart's fucking broken, and like I don't want to run into this person that broke it into a million pieces anywhere I go, because we still live pretty close to each other too. So yeah, everything in me was like, I need to get the freak out of this place. And I knew I didn't have a lot of money to go with me. I was saving up, but I didn't even have a lot of time to save up to anyways, because like just the timing of everything was really strange over these last couple months. And by the time I got to LA though, like, I had my little $2,000 and a dream. That's literally it. And I've heard so many stories of people being able to make that work, like in LA or New York, anywhere where they just have like at least less than $10,000 and they find work quick and get to it. But me, like, I mean, I knew that like if I wanted to start working in a restaurant, I could, and I did kind of apply to a few places, but each time I did, I just felt like, I don't know, like it just felt such heaviness on my heart, because I've been working in the restaurant business for the last 5 years now, from ages 17 to 22, and that whole time, like, it wasn't really for fun. It wasn't just fun money. It always kind of been survival money, because I didn't grow up with a lot of money, so I don't want to hear anyone bitching about me not wanting to work. Girl, I've been doing this for quite some time now, and I am fucking exhausted. Working in restaurants is a very exhausting thing to do, especially when most of your money is going into providing for yourself and whoever you're living with, helping out, paying bills, like buying groceries, and also like when you're kind of like really good at what you do, that your boss schedules you more than anyone else ever. All these little kids that just work like twice a week and are always off on weekends, like the fuck, and like I let that happen. I let that slide. I kind of liked it. I was kind of addicted to working. Like, you can never tell me that I don't like to work, because I will work myself to the fucking bone if I have to. And even if I don't have to, if I'm just really fucking bored, like, I don't want to be stuck in the house all the damn time. So I'm gonna go to fucking work, you know? Like, if I have a job that I actually like going to, at least, like, if I like at least 80% of the job, if I like being there 80% of the time, I'm gonna fucking be there, okay? Like, if I know I'm getting my money right, like, if it's good money, if it's worth it, if it's, you know, if it's doable enough, I'll be there, because it beats being at the fuck home. And then, of course, within, like, the last year, though, anytime I was home and not at work, I was doing this. I was recording on my camera. I was recording a song. I was making a YouTube video. I was promoting my music on my TikTok, and I was making TikTok videos promoting music, like, and now I'm making TikTok videos promoting my podcast, and now I have a fucking podcast, like, hey, hi, hello. But yeah, so, like, anyways, though, back to the Santiago story. I didn't finish that video, but I'm just saying, like, our stories are, like, pretty different, I think. And in the sense of work, like, yeah, I didn't have a job immediately lined up going to California. I never was going to anyways, because, like, I don't have a college degree, and, like, I was never gonna work for a big company. Like, there's no fucking way. Like, not a company that would probably, like, move me to another state. Like, even if I had a degree, I don't think I'd want that kind of job, because I know I just said I like working, but, like, I like working, like, jobs that I've done like that before, like working in a restaurant where I'm on my feet and I'm constantly moving, constantly doing something. I don't dream of being stuck behind a computer desk all day, which is what most college jobs get you. And that's just not for me. Like, if I'm gonna be, like, not running around like a dog crazy for, like, 5 hours a day, if I'm gonna be, like, in a more calm environment, I better be, like, in, like, a fucking, like, meeting room, collaborating on ideas on, like, how something's gonna look, or how we're gonna promote something. Like, if I worked, like, an actual job, that's what it'd be. It'd be something pretty business related, like, oh, guys, this is my idea for how to make the business grow, and, like, you know, this is how we should market this thing. Like, I'd be, like, in marketing or something. Like, that's probably what I'd be doing. But regardless, since that's not what I'm doing, and that's not what I was going to be doing on my thrifty little adventure in LA, my only options basically were to work in a restaurant. And like I said, each time I applied to a place out there, just the thought of it really fucking killed me, because I'm like, you know, I'm, like, already exhausted, for one, just from traveling and moving all my shit here, and, you know, mentally trying to, like, reprogram my mind to this new environment and just get how things work out here and everything, and really adjust in such a short amount of time. You know, that was already taking a toll on me, and I was sleeping a lot. I was crying a lot. I was, like, wondering if this is the right thing for me or not, and I was hoping so badly that it would be, and believing that it would be too. I'm like, duh, like, I'm supposed to be here. I've seen so many signs from the universe, and that, you know, like, my whole life, how it's shaped up to be now. Like, duh, like, I needed to get out. I needed to get the fuck away. Like, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't supposed to be here, right? And I do still believe to this day that I was supposed to be there for, you know, we're gonna get into the reasons for why. But I was gonna say, like, for whatever reasons. But you're gonna know the reasons why, because I know the reasons why now. And yes, I did feel pretty dumbfounded at first when I, like, realized I had to come back home. I was like, damn, like, what was all this for? I thought I was gonna have a whole new life and make new friends and, you know, finally, like, start my adult life out here, but no, not just yet, at least. And that's the thing, is, like, realizing I did not have to really make such a big cross-country move for that to happen. It's so strange, really, because, like, back to, like, working, like, this is what really proves I didn't necessarily have to move just to, like, start my whole life, and just start it here or start it anywhere, really. But yeah, back when I was in LA and I was looking for work, I also did a music video. This was, like, my first week there. This was, like, technically my first job. I did a music video for, like, the small artist, and I was just an extra, just a little, like, background dancer. I don't really dance, but, like, they got us to dance, and it was a really cool, fun experience, and just a really, like, such a vibe. Like, I just got to jump up and down, dance around with, like, 2 other girls, and look pretty and cute, and it was amazing. And yeah, it only paid me, like, $50, but I'm not even mad, because it was a really fun experience. I would have done that shit for free. But yeah, and since I wasn't working in a restaurant at this time, I eventually did land something. I was, like, a staff member at this event in downtown LA. it was for this, oh, it was for a Dragon Ball Z event. That's what it was. And it was like a 3-day event, I think, but we only worked 2 days. We worked Saturday and Sunday, like basically all day, like 7 a.m. 7 p.m. It was really cool. All we did was just pass out little flyers and tell people to follow us on our social medias. Not us, but like the Dragon Ball Z accounts. And it was really cool. I met so many cool people there. Like, for one, just the people I was working with, I networked with them like a lot. And I met some people that also do music and are just on social media in general. And like, there's another girl that has her own podcast too. I didn't know it at the time, but after checking her out on social media, after coming back home, I found out she has her own podcast. I was like, damn, that's cool. And her twin sister, like, has her own business. Like, she sells jewelry for a living. And this guy I met, like, he makes his own music and he does everything. And they all do a lot of event work. And outside of that, they are also, like, in production, making movies and commercials and modeling. And, like, yeah, I was like, damn, like, I finally found it. I found what I wanted to do out here to make money. I found my people, my coworkers, my company, my connections to get me, like, wherever else I want to be in life. Because, like, these girls that I met that do modeling and stuff, they've been in music videos too, but, like, for bigger people. Like, these 2 girls I know, they're also twins, and they've literally been in Lil Sky's music videos. They've worked with major brands like Jacquemus, however you say it. They've worked with Adidas too, I think. I don't know. I might be lying about that. They've worked for this big baseball cap company. I don't know what the name of it is. I think it's called like Fan Gear or something. I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, like major brands they all work with. And these people are like, they're just doing this damn shit, like that I want to be doing. Like, it's so cool. It's stuff that doesn't happen here. Or so I thought, until I realized, which is what I was coming to say like 5 minutes ago, was that coming here, I don't know what the fuck happened in the world, but I guess this is just how the universe works for me. But since coming back, that event that I worked and the people I met, all the connections and everything, it's like that shit fucking like multiplied and came over here and just dropped itself off here with me. Like, in the sense of me coming back here, so did like part of my life in LA. It came back here too, because literally in a month of being back in Louisiana, staying here with my aunt and uncle, my aunt literally shows me this thing on Facebook about in our downtown, in this town called Shreveport, Louisiana, there was like this big like film, I guess it was just like a film event. But it's like more than just film. It's mostly film, but it's like film and like acting opportunities and stuff. It was just like this big like town meeting basically in downtown Shreveport, and we both went to it this one weekend, and it was really cool. Like, the commissioner was there, and he explained to us that like all like the film companies here are gonna like start filming and shit, and there's gonna be a lot more opportunities for people to like be extras or just be film crew or be PAs, which is a production assistant, which is what most of like those people in LA do in their free time. If they're not working an event, they are PAs. And someone told me what like a PA actually was and what they do, and you're just basically working on set, like helping out with like the little things, little tasks, little assistant, type vibe, and pays really freaking well. And they were saying that they're gonna fucking do that shit here. They're gonna be looking for people who want a PA, and I'm like, sign me the freak up, because that's just what I was about to do back when I was in LA. And like, I was so like sad and brokenhearted when I came back here, because I was like, God, there's like nothing like that to do here, like at all. And I haven't actually gotten to do PA stuff just yet, but whilst also in that meeting, they did bring up, there's gonna be more films here, more acting opportunities. There's hella fucking acting classes here now, like we have fucking like actual people working in LA coming down here advertising that like, hey, I have a class coming up this weekend, sign the freak up. I would go to those. They're so fucking expensive, but like, hey, that's a fucking positive. That's another reflection of the fact that like, piece of my life in LA came back here, and it's like, whoa, wait, what? Like, I can actually kind of live the same life I was living in LA here, in a place that's like very broken and like void of dreams, like the place of my dreams, where that supply is like high in demand. Like, everyone wants to make a movie out there, everyone wants to be a singer, everyone wants to be famous, everyone wants to do something creative out there, and here you never ever hear about it or see shit like that here until now, until after I went and chased that dream for myself out in LA. Because like I said, I haven't done PA work just yet here because we're still waiting on shit to get rolling. That meeting was only like 2 months ago, so you know, I know they have to take their time with finding locations and everything and finding their actors and blah blah blah, but hey, you know what I have been doing since that meeting, which they also told us about in the meeting, and which is why I've been doing it since it's been happening the past 2 months. That meeting, there's also this lady and her husband. They do this free acting class on the third Monday of every month, and that weekend, the following Monday, was like the first one they were doing it again, and I went to it with my aunt, and it was like the coolest thing ever. It's a 2 hour long little session where like everyone who shows up, they'll either have like a guest speaker, or if they don't, they do this cute little like acting exercise, and they get a few people from the crowd to come up on stage and act it out. And our first time we were there, which was like in May, they did have a guest speaker there, somebody who like worked on big movies and been in LA, New York, wherever, and he kind of discussed his life in doing that, and that was a really cool thing to like hear about. And then after that, they gave us a script to memorize, and we literally like just went up in front of a camera and acted it out, and like they recorded us, and then they post on their Facebook account with like little critiques, and it's very nice critiques, and it's nothing that could ever make you cry, but it's just like some little pointers on like how to be a little better next time, or like what we did right this time and everything, what they want to see more of. And it's been really fun. The last one we just went to, which was like a week ago, we didn't have the guest speaker, but we did do an acting exercise beforehand on stage. I didn't get to do it, but I really wanted to. But it was so cool because the lady who runs the whole thing, she is actually really like experienced, of course. All these people are all the people that work in the film industry here, which is like crazy to say. We have a film industry here in Shreveport, Louisiana, of all places. And apparently, like, I didn't know this, but like there is actually like quite the history here in Shreveport of us being very well versed in film and TV and everything. But anyways, like I was saying, like at this most recent acting session that we went to, they had us do this acting exercise that she came up with because she had suffered a severe head injury when she was a teenager, like 16, from a car wreck with her and her boyfriend, who's her now husband. It's so cute. They've been together for so long. And because of this injury, she lost a little bit of her memory, and so she had to try to get it back. And what she would do is like open up the fucking encyclopedia and like memorize shit from there, memorize some words. And the way that like she, and like repeat it back to herself, right? And the way that she did it was like super cool. It's like, I know she gave it a name, and this is what she had us do that day too at the acting thing as our little exercise. It's like, so basically you have like the line, like say like, I love to eat apples, and it's like you have your two partners. So someone says I love to eat apples, and then the next person says I love to eat, right? You take off the last word, and then the next person kind of does the same thing, except you pick up back like on the words they left off. So I'd be like, I love to eat apples, and then friend over here would be like, I love to eat, and then I'd be like, apples, I love to, and they'd be like, eat, apples, I love. And then I think I would be to eat, I don't know, something like that, to the point where it's like, then the next person would be like, apples, apples, okay, and then you'd be like, love to eat apples, and then the next person would be like, I love to eat apples. Yeah, that's how it is. So you start off with one person saying like the entire sentence, and then you keep taking off until this person over here repeats the sentence like the very first time with all the words and everything. And like, yeah, sorry if that doesn't make sense. It took a few tries for us to all get it anyways, but yeah, it was really cool to like watch people go up and practice that. And yeah, just like like I'm literally learning like acting techniques and getting a little practice with acting for fucking free right now, once a month. And even like the other people like us that were there to like really see like what all this shit is about now, that we met at like the meeting, back in May about everything. Like, they were really cool people to meet too, and this was kind of like another networking opportunity for me, like, because I met one person who, like, actually does a lot more acting and, like, goes to this little theater pretty often and, like, does plays and stuff, and, like, they're a super cool person. And then the friend that they were with, they're a fucking photographer, and I checked out his page, and yeah, pretty solid stuff. And it's like, damn, I'm literally networking here. Like, I'm networking again, but it's here. I'm like, what the fuck? I never thought I could network anywhere other than, like, a big city like LA or New York. And also, like, too, if you do network here, it's not fucking creative shit. It's like, oh yeah, I work for this company, and I've been an intern here, and I went to this school, and I have this degree, and blah blah blah. And I know that because my literal, like, cousin, like, that's what he's been doing for, like, the last couple of years, and now he's working a pretty good job. He has 2 jobs right now. He works also for the government. Like, I don't know how that all came to be, but I do know that there was a lot of networking going into it, and it's like, damn, I always thought that was the only kind of networking that was kind of allowed here, like, all that we're really, you know, limited to, because there's a lot of limits in this place. But seemingly, since my little adventure back in LA, a lot more opportunities have kind of opened up for me, and that's just, like, really cool and super unexpected. I did not think that would happen, especially too because, like, I went in, like, March. I think that's when I left to go to LA, and then I came back here by the end of April. And I'd been wanting to make this adventure for quite some time now, but I was getting really serious about it, like, back in September of last year, because that's right when I got my heart fucking broke, and I was like, girl, this isn't working. Like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I can't stay here. I'm gonna lose my mind. And yeah, I kept feeling like that for months and months and months on end. And where I was living, life kept getting worse, girl. I couldn't fucking use the shower there anymore. Like, I wasn't allowed to. Like, shower was working perfectly fine, but bitch, I got my shower privileges taken away. And I was like, okay, that's the last fucking straw for me, because there had been other terrible things going on there. And I was like, okay, that's the last fucking straw. I'm already, like, you know, I was paying rent there too, like, for the last 3 months I was there. And then they tell me I can't fucking use the shower there. Okay, someone who doesn't, I was the only person using that shower, mind you. But anyways, that's another story for another day. Okay, so yeah, it's just funny though, like, where I was going with that was that, like, all this time, you know, I'd been worried about, like, oh my god, like, I should have went in September. I'd, like, all this other time and opportunity to go. Like, I was gonna go with my mom at one point. Like, she had some money that could have sustained us, but then I was like, nah, like, I'm kind of sick of living with my mother now. Like, I just want to be by myself. I want to be on my own as much as possible, be more independent as I can possibly be, because I'm already pretty independent, but, like, I haven't really, like, lived completely by myself just yet. I haven't paid completely, like, all my bills just yet. You know, I want to do that part of adulting right now, and I want to explore a whole new city and just, you know, restart my life from ground zero, from square one. And I still did just that. It just clearly didn't look the way that, like, I thought it would look, obviously, but it's really cool now, because I also just remember, like, the feeling of when I went to our first little free acting class was that, like, oh my god, I'm actually, like, doing something for, like, my little younger self. And my aunt was feeling this too, by the way. She, like, said this to me as I was thinking it. I was like, dude, that's literally how I feel right now. But I'm doing this for, like, my younger self, who, like, always wanted to act and sing and just grow up doing stuff like this, because I just never didn't have the opportunity, and my mom just didn't have the money for it. And I was like, yeah, like, I'm finally doing something that, like, my little self had always wanted to do for so freaking long, and I've been trying to do on my own too, just in the comfort of my bedroom, and, like, you know, watching acting videos on YouTube and all this and blah blah blah, you know, just trying to teach yourself the way through it, because it's like, where else are you gonna learn? Whatever, though. That's how I was feeling, though. I was like, oh my god, finally, like, I'm getting somewhere now. I'm, like, doing what the fuck I want to do, for one, and also just, like, feeling like, oh my god, like, my life is kind of my own right now. You know, I'm not living with my mom. I still live with my family, but I'm not living with my mom. That's been quite the, like, mental freedom I've been needing for some time. And yeah, like, I just had realized, like, oh my gosh, I'm actually living my life on my freaking terms right now. And I've seen some TikToks explaining that and saying exactly that too, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. It's like, for once, my life actually feels like mine. And maybe it didn't necessarily take going to a whole different state for a month to realize that. I definitely think it was quite the kicker, quite the kickstart. But clearly it wasn't like, it doesn't paint the full story. It was just a little like page in the book, you know? I wouldn't say little, kind of like a major, you know, turning point, major plot twist. And so was coming back. Like, they go hand in hand. Like, they're both the major plot twist, the major turning point of my life right now. And because in both ways, like being here, doing acting stuff, and like I've been meeting a lot more people too. Like, wherever I go, I did another event here, which I didn't know people hire event staff here. I didn't know fucking events happened here. I mean, I was wanting to mention that, like, 50 Cent, I don't know if anyone's seen this in the news, but 50 Cent has been trying to, like, do some film and stuff here, too. And he's really been taking his time with it. But, yeah, they mentioned him at that meeting and everything, and, yeah, he's kind of part of this whole process, too. Okay, so I might work an event for him at some point, but, yeah, he's been doing his stuff, because, like I said, like, I didn't know they really do events here, but I do know that 50 has done some, like, community events over the last couple of years. And I'm sure he's about to do some more. So yeah, like I said, like, I might be doing an event for him at some point in time. But I did do something pretty recently for this little comedy show, which is downtown here, and I met some cool people there, someone that I actually connected with, and they also do similar things as me. Like, he fucking writes books, he has his own podcast too, like, hey, hi, hello. And also he writes a little bit of music too, which I just learned since texting recently. Like, I didn't know that, but I told him what I do. I'm on social media, I have a podcast, I make music, I do everything and more, right? And yeah, it's just crazy that I'm actually experiencing stuff like that here, because I just really didn't think that was gonna happen, like, at all, unless I was already like a celebrity or something, like, oh yeah, and then I could make stuff like that happen here. But no, like, thank God it's not having to get to that point right now. Thank God I can actually kind of start here a little bit, like, as a nobody or whatever. Not saying that I'm a nobody, I don't think I am, but, you know, just like, you know, I'm not like walking like my own red carpets just yet. You know, I might be working a red carpet, but at some point I'll be walking it, and you'll be seeing my picture, my Getty image on it, like, hello, hi, of course. And yeah, it's just like, it's crazy, because I thought that, you know, being in California, it only happened there, like, it would solve all my problems. I thought that moving away would really just solve all my problems, because, like, how could it not, you know, seeing like what my life was like at that point in time, that, like, I felt like I had to go for so many reasons, like, duh, like, it seems like it should have, right? And it kind of did what it needed to do. Like, it did what it needed to do. I did a lot of healing, okay? I had a lot of time to myself, and I just kept getting more and more clear on, like, what I want in my life, what I want to do in my life, how I want to make my money, the kind of person I want to be in the world, how much I want to devote myself to my art, and, like, literally not give a fuck about what anyone has to say about it, which is, like, pretty much been all my fucking videos on this channel, which is why I haven't uploaded in so long, is because I felt like I kept repeating the same goddamn video for, like, the last couple of uploads. Sorry about that, if you guys watched that, if you guys noticed that. I also haven't been posting on my TikTok either, like, my little clips of my episodes, because I'm like, this isn't really, like, it sounds like me, yeah, but it's also like, this isn't what I want to post. Like, I don't know, I just got to a point where it's like, I need to actually make stuff that I'm proud of now, okay? Like, because I kind of fell into, like, the hole of, like, oh, you have something recorded, just post it anyways, just be consistent, like, put yourself out there anyways. Like, people will start to watch all the other stuff too if they watch, you know, what you have to post right now too, even if it's not your best. You know, stop being a perfectionist. Like, I've been really training myself on not being a perfectionist anymore. But anyways, alas, all that to say, like, yeah, moving away didn't solve all my problems, but being there for a little bit actually kind of helped resolve some issues by the time I came back here. Crazy, right? I really didn't see that coming. And yeah, especially with how depressed I was right when I got back. But yeah, anyways, I guess the moral of the story is that, like, yeah, like, moving away isn't going to solve all your problems, but I do think it's going to teach you a lot about yourself, because it taught me a lot about myself. Like I said, I was getting a lot more clear on what I want my fucking life to look like. Like, I'm in my 20s, this is the time to do it. Like, this is the time to get it all figured out, and obviously, like, not get it all figured out, like, in one day, but as time goes on, you know, really realizing how you want to reshape things, who you want to hang out with, who you want to be around, who you want to learn from, who you want to talk to, like, just in everyday conversations, how you want to make your money just to survive, and then how you want to actually live your life so you don't die of like boredom and shit. Like, you know, and yeah, where you want to live and everything, like how you want to get there, you know. So yeah, and I think that whatever you guys do, if you're in like a similar situation where you're feeling like, ugh, I've got to get out, whatever you do, whether you move away for a little bit and come back, or you move and you stay, whatever, like I just think that, you know, everything is just gonna fall into place exactly as it needs to. And that's something I have to like remind myself of every day, because even being here, it's definitely not fucking pretty. Like I was just crying earlier today, and I've been crying a lot this week. Like there's still things going on that like haven't really resolved themselves out just yet. And I guess I feel like, I don't know, like maybe every problem just doesn't need to be solved immediately, unless it's like an emergency, of course. But I mean, I think things do have their own way of working themselves out, and it's really strange because obviously you can't see it exactly how it's gonna do it. You just have to leave that up to life, leave it up to God, the universe, or whatever. Like, you just have to leave it up to interpretation, I suppose, like the world's interpretation of how your life should go, of how things should fall into place. And I'm really grateful and really lucky that this has happened anyways, that there are things to do for me here still. Like even this new friend I met, like he's been telling me like of like this bar or this place that like has live karaoke or poetry slams and open mic nights, because I told him I want to do open mic nights, because I saw that, you know, in LA you can just walk down Hollywood freaking Boulevard and like every single restaurant you walk past has an open mic night. Here, where the fuck is that? Who knows? I don't know. But he's been putting me on, and the people I've been meeting have been really cool here, and just in the last couple months anyways, no matter where I've been, I've been meeting some cool people, and it just feels really nice to know that there are people out there like me doing the same things as me, and validating me that like I'm not fucking crazy just because I don't want to be a lawyer or a doctor or a nurse. Okay, like, okay. So yeah, just really like to end this video, I'm just gonna say, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you think you have to do whatever you feel is right for you. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. Just if you feel like you need to make the move, do it. If you don't, if you're too scared, that's fine. And it's okay to be scared. And it's okay to not have the money to do it. Like, I didn't have money for a while, and that's why it didn't happen until earlier this year when I wanted it to happen back in September. Okay? And I don't regret going, like, at all. Like I said, it taught me a lot about myself, and also just kind of, like, reinterpreted itself into my life here. Like the LA things I was doing in LA, I ended up doing them here too. So that's pretty cool. So if you also find yourself in the situation where you have to come back home and like there's no other choice, even if you're like super happy wherever else you were, don't worry, because I think that you'll probably still find those things that made you happy wherever you go back to. They'll find you, because you know you went in search of them, and now it's like, I guess, to like rebalance that energy, it's gonna come back to you and come find you. And then you know what, you're gonna be like, wow, that's crazy, but I'm happy that it's here, and I'm happy that I'm here, because now I can take this opportunity and do whatever I need to do with it and just be me. And that's just it, man. Just continue being you. And I also think that's how you'll get more opportunities like that, because yeah, you're just living for your fucking self right now, man, and that's just so amazing and so great, and the best thing you could ever do for yourself for the rest of your fucking life. And yeah, that's the end of this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. Bye. Mwah.